Okay. So, welcome to our Ecuador film, which actually starts in Colombia. Because, as we ended in the last film with the death road, well, the death road actually was true to its name and killed the guitar rack. It actually snapped a part of the aluminium at the bottom. But now we're at a workshop and going to hopefully get it welded. Welding aluminium isn't so easy. It's not as easy as welding steel, but hopefully these guys can do it. They said they can, so we'll see. Alright, done and dusted. That was much easier than I feared it would be. We just had to ask like 5 workshops, but in one town. And no worries, and it's fixed and hopefully it'll hold. Of course, welds tend to not be as strong as the original, but yeah, we'll see. So, it's already our last morning in Colombia. Our month here has gone by so quick and we've had some really awesome adventures. And now here comes Ecuador. And so yeah, we're just a few kilometers before the border in the Amazon region. And it's gonna be flat for about 1.5, 2 more days now in Ecuador. And then we're gonna head to Quito because Luisa's family actually has friends there and we're going to visit them, and then go to the Galápagos Islands with my dad, who's visiting us for a week, which is going to be super exciting. But to get to Quito we have to go over a 4,000 meter pass where it just goes up for the next 200 kilometers, which is crazy. And yeah, but once we've conquered that, we'll be in Quito for a while, and then we'll see how we go from there. So this is a very big moment, even though it doesn't really feel like it, but we just crossed the equator.
Well, we're right on the equator.
Oh, right now we're right on the equator. How crazy is that? Wow, and we're just in the middle of this tiny town somewhere in the middle of nowhere. That's really cool.
I just got a massive shock when we pulled the tent away because there is a giant spider.
Like a tarantula.
Oh my god. Oh, it's huge. That's the biggest spider I've ever seen. problem.
Yeah, we do have a problem. So after cycling up this road, which is a big main highway to Quito from the Amazon region, after 1.5 days now, we've been told, while we were having lunch in a restaurant, that 15 kilometers up the road there was a massive landslide and the whole road is just closed.
Yeah.
And yeah, this is a really big problem because instead of 150 kilometers to Quito now, it would be around 400 kilometers with the closest detour.
Do a massive detour.
Massive detour. We're just a bit perplexed how there was not one sign, nothing for the last, I don't know, 70 kilometers. Nobody told us. It's just a bit shit, to be honest. And now we've asked at the police station and a few workers, like, if they think we can push past the landslide. Everyone's like, maybe.
They said we could do it, but it would be very hard.
But yeah, now we have a tough decision to make. Either cycle on for another 15 kilometers, but uphill, so this will take another 1 or 2 hours. It's ready in the afternoon, so then we lose the whole day if it's not possible. Or we turn around now and do this massive detour and just kind of floor it, because we have a flight to the Galápagos booked end of next week, which otherwise would not have been a problem, and now it's becoming a problem.
It's like a 2 kilometer part where the road is, I don't know, gone, or where there's a lot of mud and everything on it. So
yeah, so we're still thinking. So we've decided to try it because we were so close to the landslide now already, and I think either way it would have been an annoying decision or an annoying outcome, but if we had just turned around now, done a 200 kilometer detour without even knowing how the road is, I think we would have been pretty frustrated. And now we said, yeah, we're gonna have a look at it so we actually can determine it for ourselves, what the condition is. And if we can get through, then yeah, it's gonna be so much easier than going around. So, I don't know.
Fingers crossed.
9 more kilometers and we'll know. ¿Y push?
No.
¿No?
Ni empujando, eso tiene que cargar al hombro por aquí. Son casi 2 kilómetros hasta llegar al otro lado.
Alright, so we asked some more workers now. We actually asked some workers a bit back as well, and they said, yeah, it's possible. They said, now it's not possible. Well, it would be if we carried the bikes, because there's a lot of stuff in the way, which wouldn't be a problem for a short period, but it's meant to be over 2 kilometers, so that would definitely be a problem. But it's only 1 kilometer up ahead, so we're just gonna have a look at it now. And I guess worst case, if it takes all day tomorrow,
So faster.
it's still faster than going 200 kilometers around. Yeah, so. Oh fuck. Fuck, so it looks like we actually reached the part now. And it's not far, it's only a few hundred meters, but the actual bad part, not 2 kilometers like everyone said, but it's impossible. That's not possible. Holy shit. Wow. And there you can see parts of the bridge where this used to be the road. To be honest, we are absolutely speechless and cannot comprehend how it took 1.5 days for someone to get the initiative to tell us, the road to Quito is blocked. Is this the only direction this road goes to? So everybody could have thought like, oh yeah, they're going to Quito. And there was no sign, nothing. And then even now when we asked the workers, they said, oh yeah, this would be possible. This is not possible.
Maybe a bit hard, they said.
Yeah, they said maybe a bit hard, but
how is this possible?
It's gone. It's literally vertical. It's pretty much vertical. We are pretty pissed off right now, and we really feel stabbed in the back, because it's a week detour of 50 plus kilometers a day and 7,000 meters of climbing. We are, I am pretty furious. I cannot understand. I just cannot understand it.
So this is definitely the last time that we've booked something ahead or planned something definite ahead, which we can't or hardly can change. Because yeah, in the end the biggest problem with this detour is now not that it's just annoying that we have to cycle back and downhill again, but that we have a bit of time pressure, because yeah, tomorrow in a week our flight to the Galápagos Islands leave, and so we have 8 days to now cycle to Quito, and it's gonna be a lot of uphill, so we have to see if we can make it or if we have to take a bus. So we've backtracked about 20 kilometers now, and there's the sign that we already saw yesterday saying that you can go to Baeza and Quito, which you can't because both of these towns are behind this landslide, and we just don't understand why they can't just, I don't know, put a cross above it or something, just tell you that it's not possible. We don't get it. And we just crossed the equator again and are back in the northern hemisphere. Great, that didn't last long.
Gracias.
Day 2 of cycling on this dirt road through the Amazon, and there's literally nothing here but fields and tiny villages. So yesterday at some point we decided to sleep in one of these tiny villages, and we were able to sleep at a school kindergarten. We're not quite sure what it was, like camp in front of it. And it was a very interesting experience because yesterday when we were cooking, more and more kids showed up because I think they were very curious. I guess not many travelers come through here. And I think it was maybe 15 kids at some point just watching us cooking and then eating, and it was very interesting and a bit, yeah, we didn't quite know how to act. So yeah, but they were very nice, just very, very curious. cycling out of the Amazon where it was flat. The last 2 days it was a lot of up and down, and from today on it's gonna go up and up and up. And within the next days we're gonna cycle up to 4,000 meters.
So today, if we're lucky, is already our second to last day of climbing this pass. So today we're going to plan to cycle up to around 3,200 meters. Then there's a small mountain town with thermal springs at that altitude where we're gonna try and sleep tonight. And then tomorrow we do the 4,080, I think, meter pass, and then cycle down to Quito, which is at 2,000 something meters, I think, where we are going to meet old family friends, like we already explained, of Luisa's parents, and then fly to the Galapagos. So very exciting. And to be honest, the detour we've had to cycle now, the 200 and something kilometer detour we've had to cycle now after the landslide, turned out to be pretty awesome, especially because we've had some really cool camping spots, met some really nice people, and yeah, it's detours and unforeseen events are always annoying at first, but then most of the time end up being pretty awesome, and we're kind of glad it turned out this way, I think, is what we're trying to say.
And we weren't that stressed.
And it wasn't as stressful as we had feared at the beginning. Might even arrive a day early now. Going to the hot springs when it's pretty cold outside at 3,000 something meters is amazing. Greatest thing ever. We're so looking forward to this now. So it's the final day. We're up on our way to the 4,000 meter pass, and I say we, but actually only mean me, because unfortunately, starting at around 2 a.m. in the night last night, Luisa started throwing up. She wasn't feeling good at all, had some diarrhea as well, and stomach cramps and so on. And after kind of sitting it out at a restaurant this morning, having some breakfast to see if she would feel better, she didn't feel better, so she decided now to take a taxi to Quito. It's not too far, 60 kilometers, and I'm gonna cycle by myself now. The reason being that with my bike, with the guitar rack, it's always such a hassle to get my bike in any sort of transport, and yeah, the taxi only really fit one bike. Yeah, so she's on her way to Quito now, and she'll meet up with her family friends there, and I'm gonna cycle and meet her up with them and her later. So I'm at like 3,800 meters now, so not much to go, but it's getting so cold and miserable, and now I'm also starting to have stomach ache and diarrhea, and it's really not a great situation, but yeah, I think I'm gonna be glad when it's over, let's put it that way. Oh, that's it. 4,080 meters. I don't know if it was the altitude or the fact that I'm maybe getting sick as well now, but the last kilometers were tough. Really tough. Oh, and there's a little chapel here where I'm just gonna get away from the wind a bit and warm up. Oh my god. So time for a coffee. It's 6 degrees. Oh, it's cold. And because I sweat, that's like everything is soaked with sweat under my rain jacket.
Turtle.